Hi everybody, welcome back to Diamonds and Stitches with Susan. And I am going to continue working on Wolf Dreamcatcher. I have been so lazy. I haven't been filming anything. So I'm going to spend a great portion of today, which is Sunday, September the 7th. No. 8th. Trying to count backwards for my birthday. Probably filming a few videos and sparsing them out through the week. So the color that I'm going to be working on right now is 3776. I have this orangey color right here, and there's some up here, and there's a little bit up here, and then there's just a little bit down here at the bottom. I'll move the camera when I get down to there. So, all right, let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. I hate it when my eyelashes get in my... it's almost as bad as when it gets caught in my cross stitch. So... I know I've been very lax on doing those stitch with me's as well. So it's like I've not done anything. I feel awful. So I've not done anything. I've not watched anything. I've been a very, very bad YouTuber. So, but how is everybody doing? I've been doing pretty good, trying to recover from vacation, not wanting to go back to work. So I kind of left work early a couple of days last week. Probably not the best thing in the world to do, but I made a promise that I will not be taking off early at all, at least for the next 2 weeks. I don't know why I self-imposed that on myself, but we'll see if I'm able to do it. My nails look atrocious, so you'll have to forgive me. We kept these on longer than we normally do, so they've been coming off, and I don't have to go back until next Saturday, so I won't have to deal with ugly nails for about another week, so... let's see what's been going on. My life is literally very boring. So anyway, I worked yesterday. I was going to work until 3:15, but I actually left at 11:30. So now, instead of being able to take off all day on Friday the 13th, I'm going to have to go in and work until 10 o'clock, which is fine. It'll just keep me from staying up all night the night before. So, sorry you're going to hear the crinkling on the plastic here when I'm pressing my arm against it. Come on. It's not wanting to go down there, like... Again, this is Wolf Dreamcatcher. It is from Diamond Art Club. It is a Christmas gift for my son. But I'm not worried about anything because he doesn't watch my videos unless it has something to do with WoW. I think the World of Warcraft video that I posted last week is about the only video that he's ever watched of mine. So that's fine. It helps me to. It enables me to be able to work on this without worry that he will find out what it is. I keep teasing him, saying that he keeps coming in here and looking at the picture to find out what it is that I'm working on for him, and he goes along with it. He just laughs at me. So I tried that with my daughter one time, and she did not get it. She's like, she actually got mad at me because I was trying to play that with her. So I'm like, chill out, girl. Chill out. So I had completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 colors out of 32. So I've got 19 colors to do. And then to go back and fill in colors that I've missed. I usually just been, if I find one that I missed, I'll go back and do it. But I'm just like, you know, I'm just going to wait till it's all done. Just do them all at one time. And I do kind of go back and forth between Multiplacer and just so that I can get it done. Because I still have 2 more to do after this one. And I still need to film a whip video so that I can show you my other wolf one that I finished, which it's a finished piece, not a whip piece, but see, I told you I've been like lazy. I did like, alright, I won't talk about my stitching until I get my stitching video working on, so. But my husband and I, we've been, well, he's the one that's been mostly watching it, but I've been watching it along with him. He's been binging the BBC Sherlock Holmes, one with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman on Netflix. He's been really binge watching that. And it's a little bit different than a regular show because these are actually like an hour and a half long. So they're like movies instead of 1 hour long shows. So instead of being called seasons, they're in there as a series, and each series has 3 or 4 of these movies, which is what I'm calling it. And we're through series 3. So, and series 4 has 3. But there's not been anything after that. And I went online and I looked to see if they were going to be doing any more, and it's kind of up in the air right now if they're going to be doing any more Sherlock Holmes with those 2. I really hope so. They work so well together, and they've been working on other stuff together. I mean, I don't know how many of you have watched the Hobbit series, but of course Martin Freeman played Bilbo Baggins. And then Benedict Cumberbatch. He played a couple characters, but he's mostly known as the one that voiced Smaug, who was the big dragon in that one. So, and then of course both of them are in Marvel movies. They haven't had any interaction with each other in the Marvel movies, but they're both still in the Marvel universe. Of course, Martin Freeman's Doctor Strange, and I'm sorry, Benedict is Doctor Strange, and Martin plays the FBI agent in Black Panther. So it's kind of cool. They really seem to I think get along really well together. So I'd love for them to do some more Sherlock Holmes. My husband was actually like, the American version of Sherlock Holmes, the 2 movies, has got Robert Downey Jr. in it, who, of course, is Iron Man. So my husband was like, well, you got Robert's Sherlock Holmes and you got Benedict's Sherlock Holmes. I wonder if they ever get together and just talk Sherlock Holmes. That would be kind of funny. It's like, hey, let's talk some Sherlock Holmes. So, I'm gonna zoom you in just a little bit. Let me move you up. Sorry for the motion. So, yeah, it's been really fun. And again, I'm really, really sorry about the crinkling, but I can't take the plastic off. So, and I had to work on this sideways because it doesn't fit. I mean, it fits going up and down, but I like to have it secured, and I can't secure it when it's up and down. So, this is the only way that I can secure it without having to constantly move it as I'm working on it. And again, I've been working on this cross country, extreme cross country, I should say, which is where I go in and I work on just one color at a time. It's easier that way when the picture fits all the way on the desk, because again, it's secured. I don't have to move it around, and I can just concentrate on one color at a time. I'm going to move this down just a little bit. Okay. That's easier than trying to move the camera, right? So, I can't believe it is September already. I mean, my birthday's in a few days. And Becky's birthday is the 13th, so I gotta make sure to wish her a happy birthday. My nephew's birthday is on the 12th as well. I used to joke with him, telling him that he stole my birthday because he wouldn't have been born. He couldn't have been born. He was born at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. I was like, really? You couldn't have been born just a couple hours beforehand? What'd your mother do? Plan it? Just kidding. I don't really talk to his mom very much. She doesn't ever contact me. I used to think we were really super close. Now I'm not so sure we ever really were. After my mom passed away, it's like, we just don't talk. So, she doesn't initiate conversation. I do sometimes, and then at times she doesn't respond. So it's like, why bother? It kind of goes both ways, so. See, I'm going to have to go back and do some of these that are just one. Just right now, I try to do all the multi ones at once. That way when I got to go back and do the singles, it doesn't feel as daunting. So, I love this picture. I think he will too. I mean, he's seen it. So, I mean, he was there with me when I filmed the unboxing of it. He just doesn't know that that was going to be his Christmas present. Unless he can hear me, because his room's like next door, and I've heard him moving around. He's going to have to get up here soon and go to work. But hopefully he can't hear me too well. So, but yeah, I still haven't started filming the WOW videos that I wanted to. I've had a really good response for the ones that I have filmed already. So that's been really nice. And I know that, and again, I know that this is a diamond painting cross-stitching channel, but I don't want to have to worry about trying to maintain 2 different YouTube channels. So that's why when I do my World of Warcraft videos, they will be uploaded here. And again, if y'all want to unsubscribe because I have those on there, that's fine. Nobody's saying you have to watch them. I know it's not for everyone. So, my son's up. Luckily, I got my recording sign up on the door, so hopefully he won't come knocking on the door. So, but I am going to be recording a coloring book flip through. Jasmine Beckett Griffith has finally released her Alice in Wonderland coloring book, which is so awesome. I have not even opened it and looked at it. I did start to watch one flip through of it, but it's just kind of taken too long to actually go through the book. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna be surprised when I get it, because I won't know what's in it. I'll know like the first picture. Literally, it took like 10 minutes for her to get just to the first picture. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So I'm going to do a flip through of that. So we'll both, we'll all see the same pictures at the same time. Be excited. I mean, it is still in the package. I haven't even pulled it from the package. So we'll do an opening and a flip through in the same video. How's that? And so, and then my plan, Stan, is to do a stitch with me of something. I'm not sure yet what I will do. So but when I do my whip video, I'll include my cross stitch as well. That way I don't have to do 2 separate videos. So he's so noisy. I love that kid. I love both my kids. So I finally got Kenneth's picture hung up. I don't know why that took me so long, but I've been like trying to figure out where I want to put it. So what I ended up doing is, like, since I haven't hung up the Star Wars picture yet. Oh, if y'all watched that video, know how I was missing pieces? I actually found the last missing piece, like almost as soon as we finished reframing it. And so I've been too lazy to put that last piece on. I just can't get motivated to do anything. So That's not been hung up yet. Let me figure out. I need to put that one somewhere where there's not a lot of traffic because the frame is so big and I don't have anything really awesomely secure to put it on. So I might end up having to put it in a den because nobody really walks through the den unless they're going to go to the laundry room. So that may be where I'll put it because I put Kenna's picture where that one was. So, like, ooh. So now I gotta find another place to put, after 10 years when I finally get it done, the picture of my mom and both my moms and the children. My big, huge one that's like ginormous. Thing is huge. It's gonna take me literally, I think, freaking 10 years to get it done. But that's okay. Kenneth said that I can work on it on a dining room table. I'll just, when I get ready to work on it, I'll just bring it out, work on it, and put it back up. So that way it's not overtaking anything and being in the way. I have this thing about trying to do too many things at once and all those things being really big. You should know that about me by now. So it's like I don't know how to do anything small or reasonable. So I always gotta go big. That's why I never get anything done. It's like I don't have a finished piece on my stitching yet. I don't have I've been diamond painting since the middle of December, and I do have finished pieces, of course, but not nearly as many as other people would have had, just because I tend to get these huge pieces that I work on instead of trying to be reasonable and do pieces that is within reason. So basically what I'm trying to say. A lot of orange in this one. And I'm trying to figure out, I've looked at the picture on this, and it seems like a lot more orange than what's in the original picture. I'm hoping that it won't be that way when it's completely done. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I have 19 colors to go. They're the big colors. 310's got 2 packaging, but it doesn't look like there's very much 310 on this, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Okay. I might be out of camera view on here. Nope. Just see my big old fat hand in the way. Get these single ones done and out of the way. I think we're going to try to do some yard work today. Our yard needs to be mowed like really bad. We just have to wait for the grass to dry, which takes a while because unfortunately it's kind of grown up a little bit. So That's part of our plan today, is to do that. So. See, that's a lot of orange. You're wrong. I love the color. Let me make sure I don't have any down here that I've missed. Yep, I did. This is probably going to be out of camera view, so I'm sorry. Oh no. Awkward silence ensues. Oh, Kenneth and I went and saw it chapter 2 Friday night, which was part of my birthday. And I personally, I loved it. There was parts that I jumped at. There were some really, really scary spots in there. And I thought it was actually, I didn't feel like it was 3 hours long, or just under 3 hours long. I felt it was the right frame. I think it really did justice to the book. And I don't know. I loved Tim Curry, that version of it. But I have to say that Bill Skarsgård, his Pennywise, is so much more frightening. And I know that back in the time when the TV version of this was done, you couldn't do then what you could do now. So it was kind of limited by its time, the technology of that time. But in my opinion, people who say that the original was better, I was like, how? Because the original, to me, was not all that scary. Maybe it's just me, but I'm going to move this down just a little bit more. But this one, it was just frightening. I mean, there were some differences, and granted, I haven't been able to read all the book because my audiobook was messed up on this when I was listening to it. It's like a cut off, like halfway in the middle of it. So there's pieces of the book that's not in this movie. So I'm not going to give anything away. But I just have to say that if you liked the first part 1, or chapter 1, whatever you want to call it, of when it came out a couple years ago, then I really think that you'll like this one. I really do. they got them as children back in it. There's quite a bit of flashbacks, which if you've ever read a Stephen King novel, you know that he loves flashbacks. He likes going back and forth and confusing people. So, all right. I really honestly think that I have all these in this section done. I don't see any more. And I say that, and I see one. Ugh. Okay. There's another one. See, they're buried, so it's easy for me to miss them. It's not like it's right out in the very open. Okay, for this next section, I am going to have to move you down just a little bit because I'm focusing right here. Bring out the multi-placer. But Kenneth and I are being really conservative about movies that we go to see in the theater, and they showed a couple of good movie previews for movies that I want to see. That will probably be ones that we get on Redbox. And I don't have chapter 1 on video yet. I didn't want to go buy it because I knew that once this one gets released, that they're probably going to do like a box set of both of them. And that's what I wanted to wait for. So we watched part 1 Thursday night. And borrowed my daughter's copy that we had gotten her for her birthday when it came out. So it was good to watch that because I think that sort of built on a lot from the first one into this one. So next weekend I have a wrestling pay-per-view. It is Clash of the Champions, and Seth is actually going to be fighting in 2 matches that night because he is tag team champ as well as universal champ, which is pretty much the world heavyweight champion. So he'll fight in the tag team match with his partner, and then for his big one, he'll actually be wrestling his partner, his tag team partner. So actually, I guess it would be like both of them having 2 matches that night. So that would be interesting. I don't think he will lose, or he shouldn't, in my opinion, ever lose. But you know, he can't be champion for the rest of his life, right? But I think I'm just a little biased. Becky could probably attest to that. So Yeah, see, I haven't even started on his diamond painting yet, and I've got freaking 3 of them with him in it. But I think that the one I want to work on, and after I get done with my Christmas ones, and when I'm not working on the big one, is I kind of want to do my Backstreet Boys one. Just to get it done. It's a big one too, so you know me. But it's a really good one of them. It's a little bit older one. I couldn't really find a current picture of them that I really super loved. But I've also got a lot of stitching planned for next year, which I'll go into during one of my other videos. So I wish I didn't have the crinkling of this plastic, but I definitely don't want to just take it all off. So I like being able to cover up, because you know, if you take the plastic off and you put it back on and you put it on the wrong way, then it is a bitch to get off again. Seriously, I've made that mistake once with my Disney princess ones that I did. I'm gonna move that right up here. And I thought that I would never get that plastic off. So trying to be very, very cautious about the plastic. And I think once I start on Jasmine's, I also want to try to put this plastic on that picture instead of the paper, because I think that I can do that one as well as Extreme Cross Country, but it would just be harder with the opaque cover. So I'm hoping to save this plastic to cover up that one when I'm done with this one. So I think it's about the same size. You see, this is 42 by 60 and hers is 40 by 60. So yeah. Let's see. I don't see any more up here. I know I got some down here on this bottom, so I'll have to move the camera again. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna have to move y'all. This is almost 40 minutes long. I may just only be able to do one color. Let me cover this back up. I always hit my light. Okay. Let's see if I can get you back over here in this corner up here. That should be all that I have. I have a little bit in that top corner. Here, 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 and here. So, and that should finish off this color. I think I'm making pretty good time on these. So I figure since I'm getting to where I have the bigger colors to do, that it could take me during the week, if I work on one, I can do at least one color a night. So if I can accomplish that, and maybe on the weekends try to do a little bit more, then I will definitely get this one done, hopefully by the end of the month. And that will give me October, November, and December to do Jasmine's and my mother-in-law's. So and I know my mom watches these videos, so if she watches any of the drill with me that I do for her picture, she's going to know what it is. And she already knows what it is because she watched the video. We already talked about it. So, like, okay, so much for that surprise. So, that's fine. I like that she likes watching my videos. My husband don't very much, so I'm kind of glad she does. And I'm trying to do the singles with this multi-placer, and I was like, I just need to just concentrate on doing the multis. So let's just do that. Luckily, even though with me doing this sideways, the symbols are very easy to distinguish. Even the two that look very similar, they're two very different colors, so that helps with the non-confusion. The non-confusion. Is that a word? Confucius says it's a word if you want it to be. So I'll probably go ahead and end it after this color, just so I don't have time to film my other videos I want to film today before we go out and do any yard work or anything. Like I said, I'm not sure if my husband feels up to it or not, but that's the plan right now. And gotta wait for everything to dry because it's very wet out there. I mean, when it's too wet for Ray Ray to even want to be in the grass. I mean, she went into the grass, took care of business, and ran right back out of the grass. So our driveway doesn't have very much grass, so took care of business, came back to the driveway where she wasn't in the tall, wet grass. So my puppy is not a dumb puppy. She's pretty smart. So, yeah, I'm just about done with this color. Sometimes I underestimate how long it's going to take me to do a color. And I think, oh, I can do 2 or 3 colors in an hour or an hour and a half. And no, not when I got this many. The smaller colors, yeah, I kicked those out pretty good. The larger ones, not so much. Now, Diamond Art Club released a picture of Jasmine called Desert Princess, which if I had the money, I would so totally pick that up and do that one for my daughter instead of the other one, just so that everyone would be getting a Diamond Art Club. But yeah, that's all right. I think she'll like the one I picked out for her. I wish I knew if she really liked Elsa or like Cinderella or The Wizard of Oz or Snow White, because I've got those. I just don't know. I don't know what she likes. I mean, I just went with Jasmine because that's still her favorite princess, and she was named after her, honestly. So there's a P I forgot. I'll wait until I'm done to get those. I'm putting all my colors off to one side. That way I'll be able to find them when I need to do them. So, alright, that is all of this color. Put my plastic back down. Let me get my marker. Let me mark that off. I mark it off on the plastic. Let's see. Let me zoom out if I can. It won't let me zoom out. Oh, come on. Zoom out. Sorry. Alright, so I want to try to zoom out, but it's not going to let me zoom out. So, anyway, alright. I'll call this good. Thanks for watching, spending this time with me today. And I hope to be releasing a few more videos this week besides just this one. So I will talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.